Welcome back to Vida Baseball, my people, and we're back at being Guillén.
It's Friday.
Friday. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Do you know what TGIF means?
No.
He probably thought it was a restaurant.
Yes.
There used to be a restaurant, TGI Fridays. Great time.
That's the 1980s.
So last night we were all together. All the Guilléns were together.
I was also, and I think the unique part about being together, and we don't have the opportunity too often because you guys do something.
Usually happens during adulthood. You know, some families only get together during Thanksgiving
Or holidays.
Or holidays, yeah.
Well, that's the difference with when you get, most of us live in Chicago. You know, we've made Chicago our permanent home. You're still in Lamont, but most of us are still together. But, you know, our younger brother was in town. The concert was fun.
Oh, God.
It was very, very fun. That's why everyone's voice is a little hoarse.
So one of the videos that I sent had me singing in the background. Oh, man. I was making fun of Henry's swing. My voice is horrible.
Yeah, it's one thing that the Guilléns are not good at is we're good dancers, but singing.
What's one thing?
We don't have the artistic.
What are things? What are
gene.
things that something that people don't know about you?
I don't like cheese.
You don't like cheese?
I'm scared to admit it. I don't eat cheese, and people look at me like I'm weird, but it's a thing that I grew up with. I don't know why. Ozzy likes all kinds of cheese. Any way you bring them.
Not all kinds, but yeah,
I got so many things, so many weird things.
Yeah, you're very weird.
Yeah, it's what people know. I not leave my house without iron my clothes. Hate that. I always have to be neat. And
You're also the Windex guy.
Yeah, but I just
on everything.
Well, you grew up with your mom. You live with your mom. You have to be Joe clean all day, every day.
Something about me? I'm not technically colorblind, but I can't really see colors.
And and you have no idea. This is the world's worst speller.
Worst speller.
Yeah, and it's not even. You
So
don't
you
even
wanna
need to. You
hear-
don't
so you
even
wanna
need
hear
to do
funny?
it.
So
I know what you're gonna say.
Some lady sent. There's a foundation that sent a message that they want Ozzy to be a team member for a spelling bee, and I thought it was for me, and I started getting sweaty hands. I cannot spell.
The one thing that Ozzy doesn't want Adela or any of his future kids to have, he goes, "Do not get my spelling."
No,
genes."
thank God for Grammarly. And I'd be an amazing writer, by the way. My mind in writing
Just
is
need somebody
amazing.
to edit.
By the way, you sent me something to spell here.
Well, it's called Grammarly. It helps you out. It helps you spell out, but still, like, I work, I send messages. Like, I would write. The thoughts in my head are just amazing. I just can't spell. Only's a great speller. I can't spell.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can spell. You cannot spell, but you only cannot write what you write.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
I mean, everybody has different abilities.
Now I take care of my account, Instagram account, and one thing I say, hey, write like it's me. Don't write.
That's
So, by the way, so you want to be part of these kids' spelling bees?
Don't try.
By the way, do you
No,
want
it
to?
doesn't. How would you do in a spelling bee?
You would help the kids spell the words
in Spanish.
No, it's in
No,
English.
it's in English.
Who come up with that idea? Made me look stupid.
No,
like,
it's
spell
for charity.
Spell your last name.
It's for
G-U.
I was before we jump into the topics of baseball. Right now, spell couch.
C-O-U-C-H.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way,
That was a Billy Madison joke coming out.
By the
I'm
way,
the smartest man in the world.
By the way, when I see those kids and spell in context,
hard.
No, they close their eye and they go, Dr. Sean, where that word come from?
Yeah.
Like,
The
what?
What's the origin of the word?
Yeah, origin of the word.
Greek.
They should, like Greek, and like, I like that because
You learn.
it's unbelievable. No, you know, like 2 seconds later, you forgot what the word would be.
It's a very, very hard thing to do.
So have you seen the video of Eduardo Escobar and Aldemaro having the English contest?
It is one of the funniest. Everyone out there that, other than following us at La Vida Baseball and all our handles, I suggest everyone out there to follow Eduardo Escobar and Ildemaro Vargas. Not because I know them. These two are the funniest people that I have seen in a long time. How they interact with each other. He calls him a rookie. He goes, everyone knows you have a belly now. They're doing English competition.
By the way, so the English competition, because Aldemaro said, I speak better English than Eduardo. And Eduardo's like, no, you don't. So they had an English competition of words that they knew. It was amazing. And then he tells him, he's like, you didn't shower. Your gels from yesterday.
These guys,
it's amazing.
And that's what we're talking about. That's what you need in a clubhouse. And Arizona is one of my like surprise teams. They're not really surprised because they won like 80 something.
They got Bumgarner. They got Ketel Marte that no one knows about.
They're gonna be. I think obviously the Dodgers are gonna run away with that division. But Arizona Diamondbacks are my wild card pick.
You know, in baseball, in the paper, Dodgers should be winning everything. But in baseball, you never know.
Well, paper is paper.
Yeah, you never know because
Okay, well, Dodgers win 100 games. They get into the playoffs.
What did you guys think about the Zach Greinke saying, if I would have known that I could come super late, I would have always done it.
By the way,
he never knew
that
you could report. Like there's like a certain day that the last thing you can report.
Very Zach. His agent never told him that.
If I known I could have came later. I would have came later for the last 10 years.
One day quit. He quit baseball
So I'm
when he was with Kansas City to go play golf.
Yeah, this guy. I'm a big fan of Zach.
I love his honesty though because again he's a veteran guy. I have a question for you though on spring training. Obviously you went to spring training every year trying to find a job. You went to spring training. What year were you in spring training saying I don't have to try anymore? Did you even have that feeling?
Try to get there?
No, I'm saying like once you got traded for the White Sox, you knew the big league job was
after
yours.
1988.
What year were you like? I don't have to
guess.
worry about spring training. Like I know I'm the shortstop.
85.
85.
Jesus.
Because your only competitive were San Diego Padres and then the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Hey, 85 when I got to the big league, I know in my first year, I know how to go and make that team.
Also, they traded you for a big piece, so it's not like
You knew
like you talk about always like the manager grabbed you and said, Ozzy,
I once asked John Garland
go out and play. Yeah, but he's different.
What he said after he got his big contract, he was like, okay, I know
I can relax.
And he already had 6-7 years in the league.
Yeah, so it's different for every.
Most
it's
people
different for every
free
guy.
agent type, yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't think what's the kid from the Padres, the Dominican guy.
Tatis
is not worried about being on the team
or
now.
Acuna
or Ozzy Albies. Those guys are 20, but like Juan Soto. You think he's worried if he goes 0 for 50?
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not. No. It's different for everybody.
In my career, the only time I really care what I do in spring training, it was the year I had my best spring training year.
So 2001.
And got released.
2001.
They got released. Before that, I didn't care. Like,
I mean, it's a big deal. We've seen guys. I've been watching a lot more games that I've seen guys make teams on being on a hot spring training. So it is a big deal for certain guys to make teams.
Okay, by the way,
or the last two clinchers,
only few teams in baseball
have their team set.
Everybody had the team set.
So you're looking for
one or two guys. 2 or 3 guys. Most of the team, one guy. And now it's the 26.
Well, you like the 26.
I always say that.
You always said there should be more. You said the White Sox. You like the Juan Uribe Jr.
Yeah, I was like, why we not?
Mercedes.
Yeah,
you're mean Mercedes.
He loves him. He said that's the 26 guy.
He should be the 26 guy. He can hit. He's still going to stay quiet. He's going to do his job.
And the guys like him. The staff likes him. The players like him. It's a chance that you literally get to see guys that pop up that have been playing all over. And then once you get that spring training invite, there's only certain guys that grasp onto it. But like he said, every team is basically made up. It's just 1 or 2 spots that you like.
But when I was a manager, I talked to Kenny, and with the Marlins, we don't have that problem. But I talked to Kenny right away. Say we are going to send anybody down, send it right away.
Because he feels
sending down
the human part.
Released,
you feel bad about
you're gonna get released. So you release a guy, at least the guy almost made the team. But don't, then you got to release him. But if I have idea about Pedro, not going to make this ball club, you don't have no chance. Hey man, just try to trade him or release him to have enough chance to go back to another team.
So let me explain. So if you get released early in spring training, you have a better chance of finding a team during spring training than if you get released the last day of spring training.
And they send you to if you don't get released from the team outright, they send you to your local group, your AAA, your AA. Every minor leaguer, the most important thing a minor leaguer wants to do if you're not on the 40-man roster is to be called up for a big league game.
Well, they also have per diem.
You get paid. You get paid
more.
It
was 75 now.
It's more now. It's like 120, 125. If you get called up and you see your name, I never forget it. And guys, everyone rushes to the wall and you see who got called up for the big league. Yes. Who gets called up from the big league team?
And you would say,
not only that, you get called up, you know you're getting paid more, and you know you're not doing anything because you won't probably have to play till like the 6th inning, and maybe you get in. So guys are excited because you don't have to go to practice. You're with the big league team. You grab your stuff, your bag, and you crawl across to the big league clubhouse. So I had one of the best. Alberto Villa, que viva el Kumare. Yeah, I'm sure the people are watching from my dad's hometown, and I'm sure they have a lot of Wi-Fi. That was the best feeling for me as a player. The best memory I've had was I got to play in games where my dad was managing, and I got an at bat. I went to Mexico and I literally played the whole game.
Yes.
And that was, no one can ever take that away from me, and I can only imagine.
You would get called out because the players were like, we want to see Oni.
Yeah,
Get scared.
Also, I knew that Joy Cora was the one that was in charge of calling guys up. So I would say, hey, man, like anytime you want to call me up, feel free. And I would get money.
Same guy, Escobar.
Yes, and Martinez. But to be honest with you,
Martinez.
This guy, he goes, again, Martinez.
And you know who told me that? Kenny go, really?
Yes.
Like, hey, Martinez got a hit, man.
Well, those guys now are in the big leagues, and they're getting paid.
So you had a good
Why?
idea.
Because I hope, and I think a lot of guys do, like Madden, I know is very also known for this, they play the guys.
But you know what's funny about that? Remember Chris Carter?
Yes.
He played him like Chris Carter had never had like a professional at bat.
Yes.
Well, it's funny. I remember WGN is a big deal. That I think it's from here, I think. Oh, I don't know. Well, anyway, this kid never won a bat in his life. I go, hey, get ready to hit. This kid almost start crying. Like, what?
Yeah,
I ain't hit it. The kid, it's funny.
He was a top prospect, though.
He was a big time. Now he's with me in Monclova.
He had a good career.
He hit 40 plus home
always
runs.
had a lot of power. So fans have sent questions saying,
Hi to Fry from Boston. How you guys doing?
So Dominican Republic Independence Day was yesterday. So Feliz Día de la Independencia to República Dominicana. We celebrated with Aventura. Awesome. So, in your opinion, we had a poll the other day. Who are your top 3 Dominican players right now?
Right now? Maybe they're not the best one?
I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna let him think.
I'll follow you.
Right, I'm gonna say with the question. The question is right now.
Right now.
Number 1, the kid that grabs his crotch when he takes pitches.
Soto.
Juan Soto. He's number 1 in my opinion. The kid from Arizona.
Are we counting Manny, even though he wasn't born there?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because I'm going off the Manny Machado that we saw last year, and he has not been. There's guys that have been better. Obviously, he's the best paid.
Top 3.
Top 3, I go with another from the surprise team, Ketel Marte.
Awesome name, by the way.
He was Ketel. Yeah, I mean, awesome name. He was an all-star. Ketel Marte.
Eso fue que vieron. That's what they see
like a commercial
or like a.
You know, very very Dominican. And then I would go with Nelson Cruz. Why Nelson Cruz? I know he's older, but Nelson Cruz is in the middle of a lineup on a team that won 100 games. He's going to be with Josh Donaldson, and he's only going to get better. If he doesn't get hurt, because I know sometimes he gets a little banged up, he will pencil him in for 40 and 120.
He already hit home run a couple days ago.
No, I'm saying boomsticks. By the way, no one remembers this. Nelson Cruz was not always good. He got good later. He was a backup player in Texas.
Yeah.
And remember Ron Washington, World Series? He might have wanted to substitute him on the defense, the ball off the wall.
Yeah.
Nelson Cruz is a late bloomer. I do not put Albert Pujols there because the question is right now.
Yeah.
All time, of course, Albert's there. Right now, Pujols and Nelson Cruz produces like a 3-4 hole. Those are my top 3 guys.
My Soto. Look, I got it right down here. Soto, Tatis, and Guerrero.
Tatis Jr.?
Yeah.
But these guys, I love the way. But these guys haven't done anything.
Yeah, but I love,
other than put on a show during a celebrity game in Panama.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Tatis.
It's exciting.
I love like Tatis. I love to watch Tatis and Javier Baez.
Oh, Javier Baez.
I love to watch those guys play because they play the game with I don't know, man, with the swagger.
Well, Tatis has.
Please don't talk about Tatis too much because we always have a lot of Sox fans watching.
Oh yeah.
And this really hurts them because he could have been.
So Eloy's not on the. So Eloy's going to be a guy that potentially has a chance to make the list. Villarreal.
He's good.
He's really good. Another one is that people don't realize, and I looked at his numbers, and we met him when he was a young kid himself. Raul Mondesi Jr. His numbers are ridiculous.
He's getting a lot better.
His numbers and what he does to the stolen base, to the average, he's a guy that's very quietly becoming a threat.
Play, bro, you never see Mondesi's daddy play.
Yeah, he was.
To me, personal guys, I know there's a lot of great players coming out of the Dominican Republic. A lot. Sammy. I talk about tools. Sammy, Blatty, all those guys with a lot of tools.
I actually was a young kid, but I saw
By the way,
Raul
Mondesi, he got the best tools I ever see come out of the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
All my respect for those guys. You have a few Hall of Famers out there, but that man, it was amazing, running, throwing, a true 5-tool guy.
5-tool guy. Those are my 3 guys, but obviously the Dominican Republic, you guys touched on it. Beautiful island, beautiful country,
Love
beautiful
that
people,
country.
Great beer, and
cigars.
They produce so many baseball players, and they're so small in the island. That is just unbelievable in itself.
Well, yesterday we saw the excitement again in the Aventura concert. again, thank you, Henry and the band for the tickets. But how you were super proud being in Chicago. How did it feel being in Chicago when you came here? There was one channel that showed Spanish TV for about an hour, to being at the United Center for a sold-out 3-night concert for a Latino group. That's not Mexican.
It's unreal. Unreal, because I see a lot of people going on and off. You know me, Madonna, Mark Anthony, you know me, all those big celebrities, Elton John, you know me, all those people. I never see sold out 3 days in a row, especially when you're Latino, and see the place the way it was.
Not everyone's flavor of music.
By the way,
it's not like bachata's not like like it's mainstream, but it's not like,
it's like pop. It's not pop.
It's not like pop. So that to me, it's unbelievable. And to piggyback off what Ozzy said, the atmosphere, how far the Latino culture has come is unbelievable. It's mind blowing, and it's only going to get bigger.
What's the guy running for? He was a governor in New York.
Bloomberg.
Okay.
Or Giuliani.
Okay, no, Bloomberg. Latinos in this country now, they're so powerful. Even they try to get them better, I guess, by President Donald Trump. But everybody running for president in the United States, they're talking in Spanish or they do something in Spanish.
Because we're a big force.
No, yeah, because they know they need it. That's why I hear this guy talking. I go, yeah, the soon he's the president, he forgot everything he say. And Latino, they got so much power now. Now we're not, it's just people. You know, you always have Latino, in different areas.
Yeah, we're the flavor of what's going on now. When he got here in the '80s, like you said, it wasn't. They didn't have shows like this. It wasn't a big. They had one show. Now you turn on the TV, you turn on everything. They're doing halftime Super Bowl shows. Our Latinas, we're here.
And a crew chief.
Yeah,
finally you get a Latino crew chief.
It's funny because they say some people got upset with Jennifer and Shakira because it's kind of a porno move. Hey, wait a minute. One lady, I don't know which one, Janet Jackson thing pop out. Some Madonna kissing another girl.
All you gotta do is look at a halftime show for an NBA game.
Yeah.
That's those people are they're just not right. They wanted to make the media again. Going back though, congratulations again to the umpires named crew chiefs. Alfonso Marquez, I believe he has thrown you out
a few
times, but now he is a crew chief. What's the importance of the crew chief for as like as a manager? You're like, oh, that guy's a crew chief.
I don't really care.
You never?
No, because
it's a big deal though for them.
A crew chief is the one gonna be in charge in every move.
Right?
Like that guy, they're gonna get rain delay.
Yeah, he's the head guy.
The crew chief's gotta talk. He's gotta be the command. He could be in second base, some problem out here. He's the one gotta show up. For them, huge. Like crew chief, he's a guy they go to, write down, suspend people.
Yeah. Like he's usually the guy that comes after when the.
You know what is a crew chief? The guy got to write the letter or whatever. Something happened on the field, you got to write it down. So it's a responsibility. Yeah. That's what it is.
So congratulations to those named crew chief, and again the first Dominican umpire in the big leagues. Young man last year did a one game and he got called up. So
good. So, we're growing up little by little.
Yeah, our cousin just finished umpiring school in Venezuela.
Absolutely, we need MLB. Needs,
his nickname is Nobody's Kid.
Yeah, MLB needs good umpires regardless of where they're from. Because I don't agree with all this. I know we talked about it. Like I don't agree with the whole robot thing and all that stuff. I believe we should leave it how it is.
By the way, do you know why we don't need robots? Because the same people on Twitter that said that Ruiz Robert, they would be disappointed if he was Ricky Henderson, are the same people saying that they want robot umpires.
Let me before we jump to the next topic, to anyone out there that wants to compare the Pantera, because I know he has a really cool nickname.
Cool name, Pantera.
And he looks great in a uniform. He's legging out
triples. He looks like a G.I. Joe.
He is jacked.
I think he's a good player, too.
If he even could smell Ricky Henderson's jock or even get close to him, he'd be amazing. Like, people have because I know it's Black History Month, so MLB was doing a thing on Ricky Henderson, and a lot of people were chiming in. I'm like, not only is he my top 2 favorite players of all time, this guy was. But we gotta historic.
I don't think even just with the Ricky comment, every prospect now we have this obsession with prospect players and potential, and if he's not Mike Trout, we don't want him. You're naming Hall of Famers like numbers that these guys are putting, like Frank Thomas, Harold Baines, like those guys, like they wouldn't even put Konerko in that sometimes in those conversations.
I think fans now are just so.
He's that guy, but you say it right. He's that guy. He's La Pantera.
If he's Maglo,
hopefully,
he's amazing.
Be Maglo Ordonez.
Right.
We take
so
it.
Because I'm going to conclude because we're all fans of the game. Because of social media now.
But not even just the White Sox.
Not only do we forget, everybody. We don't pay enough respect to the people that came before us in baseball, and we overlook guys so quick and dismiss them because they weren't Hall of Fame quality. There's been great players that have gone through.
Well, like Acuna, 40-40.
Yeah.
They're like, he's going to be 40-40. I was like, well, if 40-40 was that easy, we'd have more 40-40 members.
Exactly. So we need to ease up, but that's because we have our phones, and now this guy's amazing. This guy's that. Let guys get their
By the way,
bumps.
he doesn't have a hit in the big
Right,
leagues.
right.
So the reason I don't care about the electronic umps is because the same people on Twitter that are writing about we should have electronic umps are the same people who are saying, if this guy's not Ricky Henderson, I don't want him on my
I have a
team.
question. Those guys have a job?
I hope that they're better at their job than they are at commenting and making baseball comments.
Yeah, because
that comment's like, if you would have said it as a joke, it probably would have been the more sarcastic, funniest joke
I would
ever.
say right now.
Well, maybe it's Merkin. Merkin
No,
might
it's
say
not
that.
Merkin.
Right now,
Scott Merkin
if you
might say
told
that.
me right now, you told me it was having
Or like Elo hitting 50?
270, 270, 25 home runs, 90 RBIs. You take that.
You take it. So with the front office.
So manage your expectations.
Talk about today. The general manager, Rick Ham, say, you either win or you don't.
Wow.
No. Wow. That's I can say that.
That's pretty
I know
obvious.
how education. I can say that, but coming for a guy who went
but you
to
know what?
college. No,
Well,
come on.
I'm saying though, but
or we win or we don't.
You know what's way simplicity
Let me see,
making
I'm gonna
it.
show
It's
you
like thank you, Captain Obvious. But again, that's today's game. You know, again, my whole thing with the messenger and the message. If a random person says that, like if I would say that, they'd be like, "Wow, Ozzy, intellectual." But since he's in the position that he's in, it's like, "Wow, okay, that makes sense."
Well,
Simple.
wait. I got it here. We either win championships or we don't.
I find those comments.
If I say that,
to
people
make
laugh,
it-
but come
to
on,
make
Rick.
it because let's be realistic. There's 30 teams in the big leagues and only one wins a championship.
Yeah.
Manage your expectations. There's certain teams that have expectations to be the playoffs. There's certain teams that have expectation to be the Orioles, and there's certain teams that have expectation to go along. Like, hey, we're gonna fight for a wild card. Hey, we're gonna win a division. That's how you control your fan base. By him saying that, all fans think, well, it's either championship or bust, which I don't agree with.
By the
You
way,
can't go-
Caesar said, is
That-
Joe
that's
West
why-
retiring?
that's-
Absolutely not.
that's why I'm
Country
bringing
Joe
up-
is not retiring.
Who?
Country Joe West is not retiring.
My dad's best
No,
friend.
he can't. Country West Joe can retire because he eat for free. The soon the man retire, he know he not gonna have
Country
free
Joe-
food.
Country Joe will
and
never
he love
pay for
to,
meals.
He love to travel. Hey,
He is a man.
Great to me. Good umpire. He takes
He's a great umpire.
But so he think he's bigger than the game.
Yes, because he is.
Oh, he's bigger than the game in size. Yeah.
Yes, but he is okay. Country Joe West. No one goes to the stadium and says, "This is so umpire so and so." When he's the ump,
They know he's
They
ump.
say Country Joe West is
Hey,
the umpire, which
but
is a bad thing.
Nothing.
God makes
Nobody
him miss Hawk.
remember good thing. Everybody remember the bad thing, and that's why they remember Country Joe.
Hey, I think it's when you were managing and he would throw you out, I'd get upset. But when you're not managing, he throws other people out. I find it.
Well, now-
hilarious.
No.
Speaking of throwing
no,
people
it's
out,
the way.
now
It's the
there's
way
gonna
throw
be-
you out. Go like this.
Yeah.
There's more.
Coming like
There's
like
speaking of
stick.
throwing out. There's more things that are happening with guys going to be thrown out because if you guys didn't see the Trevor Bauer.
Oh, that's my next topic
his
with Brian
comment-
Gumbel.
His comments. Umpires are gonna be looking for more stuff. Trevor Bauer.
don't care.
Trevor Bauer said, "I don't agree with this," and I agree with a lot of things he said about pitchers doctoring the ball with pine tar or cutting the ball. That it's more effective than steroids.
No, it's
He's
not.
believing in his own
Stupid.
juice. That is the dumbest.
Dunbo.
Donkey of the day goes to Trevor Bauer for saying this. That is the absolute most
Sign stealing, yes.
BS
By
in
the way,
world.
now the players are so weak. The players, they don't have the instinct. The players scared to get caught. They only put pantar just because they have to.
That's gamemanship.
Sometimes, as long as they don't catch you, they have to because sometimes the ball is so dry, it's too cold, they cannot
need more
grab
grip.
it. Yeah, they need a grip. I agree with that. You're not cheating till you get caught, okay? But the ball, they not cut the ball like they used to. No, they used to bring machetes and cut the ball and throw it back to you.
First of all, the game. This is a season. Right now, you're sitting with a World Series bad boy.
Correct.
World Series bat boy. Not
And
many
translator.
out there. But translator, this is not a translator kind. It's a bat boy. This is a bat boy moment. Balls get changed all the time.
Every minute.
Ball comes, umpire grabs it, they throw it. Even if it's a mini scuff. By the way, Major League Baseball, hopefully they never go into a recession. Do you know what they spend money on?
Balls.
Baseballs.
Yeah.
No, one second. Do you remember when the ball bounced?
And Yachty's chest.
And the ball stick on there. That was magic. No, they got something for the ball.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
I'm saying
it's
it
harder.
doesn't create.
The catcher, you know what the catcher do? The catcher catch the ball.
He can scuff it, or he can do whatever, right off the shin guards.
They can put. No, they have a shin guard. They can put punch guard and shin guard. Yeah. They grab it, put it on. As soon as they catch it, throw it back to the already.
Yeah, but if you're a hitter though, you say, "Hey, a new ball," and they change it.
Well, I'm just to clarify. Trevor Bauer's comments are idiotic. It's been happening in the game forever. Pine tar is not the same. Using pine tar or foreign substance on a ball is not the same as steroids. I mean, that is beyond
especially for pitching.
Ridiculous.
They used to throw
pine
tar.
Ball. Yeah, pine tar and all that stuff has been going on for 100 million years, and it'll continue to go on. Why? Because even umpires and hitters know it's not a big deal. The players will tell you what's a big deal. Trash can, big deal. Pine tar, no big deal.
Don't put it like Pineda.
Yeah.
Pineda basically put the pine tar.
I think it was like shaving cream.
And that's when you know. And there's been guys that have been, Hall of Famers that have been busted for altering the ball.
Oh my God! The Negroes.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, for him saying that it's bigger than steroids, it's not. Trash can banging, yes, because you know what's coming. But by the way, 51 breaking balls. It's by Clayton Kershaw, one of the best curveballs in the game.
Yeah,
and they didn't swing. That's how bad. You look at it, and I was watching the video.
Think about that.
And you know what? I come here.
He said,
as soon as we start talking about this, I get upset. I might curse. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
51 pitches. Clayton Kershaw, in his mind, he's thinking, I suck.
Oh, he did. They could have ruined him.
Suck.
They could have.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Robert, been in the game for a long time.
The manager.
Honeycutt, been in the game for a long time. Yeah. You gotta tell me they don't swing at a breaking ball. They know something.
Yeah, but they didn't know. They couldn't figure it out. They were like, these guys are just so locked in. They couldn't figure it out. They were like, what is it? They didn't know.
I mean, they're hitting everything.
They knew. They just couldn't figure out what it was. They were like, they're doing something. Again, maybe God. I wish that he would have altered the. Even if he would have altered the ball, it wouldn't have done nothing because these guys were not.
I never had sympathy for Clayton Kershaw. Because he makes a ton of money. He's one of the best regular season pitchers ever. After all this has happened in the playoffs, that's the person I feel worse for.
I do, because he got cheated.
Because not only did he get cheated, this guy's like he's one of the all-time greatest pitchers regular season numbers wise, and we kill him for being so bad.
What would we do if Sandy Koufax? That would have happened to Sandy Koufax. And
they will know right away.
No,
I'm keeping my pitcher. I'll do something.
Yeah, but again, the game.
Okay, that day it was the drums. They were hitting the drums.
Yes,
or no? You know how they hear the drums.
It's like they have more like a salsa concert. At they say drumsticks. We'll see. Hopefully this gets put to bed. And Astros players are not getting hit on purpose.
That's the next
during
topic.
spring training.
By the way, no one's getting hit on purpose.
No, breaking
nonsense.
balls.
Breaking balls.
Stop nonsense. Guys are not getting hit on purpose.
Change up.
Will they get hit during the season? Yeah.
Nah,
and you'll know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Some guy's gonna take it upon himself to hit him.
But I think it's funny because Urena hit his kid in a Southern Fun game. He tried to throw inside and hit him.
He can't throw.
He can't throw the ball inside.
So let's pump the brakes on Astros players getting hit. Though they will get hit during the season.
But what does foreign substance do to the ball?
Nothing.
Depends what it is.
It makes it move.
That ball move a lot.
No, I mean it moves. It just makes it move. It's like hitting. It's like. Have you ever tried hitting a wiffle ball?
There's a difference between like Vaseline and like pine tar.
Yeah, do you ever try hitting a wiffle ball when you're out in the backyard?
That's the same way, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. The ball's like, it's spinning, it's moving. It happens.
By the way, you're listening to the Guillén show at Vida Baseball. If you're not listening right now live, you should be. But you can listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, and somebody's joining us right now. From Guillén.
We have a surprise guest, I guess.
Asne Guillén. Hi, Asne.
Hi.
Welcome to just baseball being talked in general. We're talking about PEDs and their Trevor Bauer's comments that they're not a bigger deal than altering the baseball.
Yeah, well.
Wow,
I already looked at the camera and said this is idiotic, and I've agreed with everything Trevor Bauer has said up until now. I think he's just talking to talk. I mean, he's looking to do other things when he gets outside of baseball.
I'm gonna ask Asne because I know he knows what this means. What in God's green earth does spin rate mean?
It actually works if you look at it. It's like the aerodynamic and the science of the ball through the air. If you guys haven't seen a documentary with HBO, Brian Gumbo did a special on Trevor Bauer. And
that's what's coming out. That's what we're talking about.
I like it. He's being honest with himself. He's ahead of his time. He can give himself that credit. Now everybody does it, and he's one of the first guys with driveline. I come from that side of baseball, so I understand it. I think he takes it a little to the extreme because he is a nerd, and like he says, self-proclaimed. So, hey, it works, man. He's in the big leagues.
What was his spin rate when he threw the ball over center field?
Unbelievable, I can imagine.
That was very impressive.
Very impressive.
How many guys do you think you can do that?
From
the mound through the center field.
I saw him twice.
In Kansas City, too.
No, I see. Oh my God. It was the pitcher for New York Yankees, and he was a pitching coach for Bruce Bochy. He played with me in the big league. I'll give you the name. I saw that guy throw over.
I couldn't hit.
Righetti. They Righetti. I saw Dave Righetti do it.
So I've tried to do it.
You know who did it too? The crazy man. My man. I love him.
Machete do it.
No, what's his name? Debo.
I mean,
Rob Debo did it.
Everything that's going on in baseball, everyone's going to have a reaction. Even our good friend for the show, Lou Manny Rosario, is wondering. John Heyman tweeted out that the Astros players seem sad in the clubhouse. I'm like, well, they should.
Well, John Heyman
they're getting booed.
Well, that's a guy you hate me?
Yeah. They're getting booed every at bat that they have.
That's
and
okay.
They're gonna get used to it. I don't care who you are. It bothers you, because you want to be liked.
It didn't bother Barry.
Well, these guys want to be liked. They're getting booed. They're not used to it. When the season starts, spring training holds 10,000 people, maybe less. When the season starts, it's going to be even
By the way,
worse.
if Ozzie Guillén was the manager of that team, or one of the managers that John Heyman does not like, John Heyman will be writing articles every day on how this team should be stripped of the title. They should be beaten down to do that. All the writers have their favorite teams that they protect, that they do this, and that's why John Heyman says, oh, these guys are so, they're so depressed. Oh, they're getting death threats. Oh, really? So did Jackie Robinson.
So
and
did
he
me.
played. So did Ozzie. People get death threats for blowing the two-run lead.
That was a little. Josh Reddick say that. I don't agree. These guys are now playing victim.
Well, they say that, but they don't show it.
Yeah, they're playing victim, and this only leads to we want to get past this Astros thing, but guarantee you the Boston Red Sox news breaks in the next 2 or 3 days, because they're gonna say what finally happened with Boston. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen to Alex. I believe he's gonna get suspended. How long? We don't know. We don't know if another coach comes up. What did these players say? Because obviously they spoke to players to get, again, immunity. We don't know. This will come out, and we'll see what happens. And this is not. It won't end the whole season.
I want to bring up, because obviously Osney still currently in baseball. Everyone's been involved in baseball. Tony Clark and a lot of executives in baseball in different levels said, all this happened because we only cared about winning and results and not the process. And they're blaming that the process was not as important as the result at the end. Therefore, all the limits were pushed. Do you believe that baseball needs to step back and say, okay, even though we're going to use technologies and use these things, we still need to worry about the process and how this is going to affect either how you treat coaches, how you treat staff, how you treat your personnel, the result and how you get it, the treatment of players. Is that more important than the actual end result of winning and losing at all costs?
Well, I'll go first. Absolutely. I mean, you're playing a game. Winning is the most important thing, but you're gonna ruin your integrity. So I don't agree with that. I agree with baseball's gone. The computers, the analytics. I get that. Monitors that we have never seen before are now directly next to the clubhouse. I think all that should just be shut down. There should be a guy upstairs with a monitor calling the replays. Yes, no. There's no reason why everybody needs to have access to all that stuff. That's my take.
But that's the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to be that way. Then they take it to another level. I think right now, that all the stuff is ruining the game. It's ruining the game because they get. I don't know. You see my tweet a couple days ago. I said that was our fundamental baseball. Slide on second base, break somebody's legs, get hit by pitch, play hard. If you don't slide hard, you're going to see somebody in the clubhouse say, you know what, you better break that double play. You did it. Then you create a fight between
teammates
just because you're not breaking double play. Nowadays, if they touch you, oh God, please, just give me, paint my nails, please, because
marshmallow.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So Ozzy, what do you think about you literally went through it with the Astros. Do you agree with the way the game's going? And maybe this is a year that this might be that we're going back to the old school way.
The one thing is, I want to see people. Every era has something. Cork bats, steroids,
cocaine.
There was an article, drugs.
Very bad player like me.
Very okay. But there's stories of that guy, the shot around the world that he cheated supposedly.
Bobby Thompson, absolutely.
Thompson,
yes.
a telescope and all that stuff. I think every era learns their mistakes, and I think the Astros were just ahead of everybody. I think if you give it to the Pirates and they do it and they win a World Series, they still had the talent to do it. The biggest issue to me is like with the whole Astro things, like the Patriots have gotten caught like 8 times cheating. Why is nobody talking about them? Why is everybody talking about Alex Cora and the Carlos Beltrans and Belichick and Tom Brady have been caught cheating like 5-6 times already by the NFL and declared too.
I've said that I think that Mr. Manfred did a great job of giving discipline to the guys that obviously couldn't suspend all the players, but people lost their jobs.
That's the part that bothers me the most.
Money. Like you need to understand that this is a big deal. A GM lost his job. AJ Hinch lost his job. Alex Cora lost his job.
Kershaw's kids were booing.
Kershaw's kids, like this is affected.
Kershaw would sit down, eat breakfast, and boo.
You know what psychologically it does to a pitcher? Not even that. What psychologically it does to a pitcher throwing 51 breaking balls. To me, that's the biggest stat out of all this stuff.
That's insane.
To throw 51 breaking balls and not one person swings at it. You know what that must have done to Clayton Kershaw?
Yes.
Not just then, like for the rest of his career. All those minor league
That's like
guys.
fighting a boxer on
like
drugs.
imagine being a minor leaguer. You come up for the first time. You live through this whole thing. Great experience. Your family's in the crowd. All of a sudden, first inning, you give up an 8 spot, and everything you throw, they're just hitting it. You know what that does to a person, and then you get sent down back to a AAA and all that. Like that's the thing that people don't realize how much bigger it is than the big leagues.
It is.
Okay,
it is
I
huge.
agree with you, but I keep saying to you guys, like, where the coaches was, where the manager was, how they not gonna swing that pitch?
Because, like you said,
They're watching
because you
something
said
now.
that the league's changed.
They-
Instead of hitting people like this guy, he always says, Bob Melvin was writing memos to MLB.
Bob Melvin was saying, hi. In today's game, the ball, they were not swinging at breaking
Correct.
balls. Can you please reprimand these guys?
Exactly.
They're doing it again, ...
Which goes back to the
How
league
how about when they talk to you in the media, say, you know what, guys? I think those guys cheating. Why? Because this guy do this, this guy do
Trevor
that.
Bauer did that.
No, right
He
away.
called it out. Trevor Bauer called it out.
But he's a manager right after the game. You say, you know what? They know what's coming. We don't know yet. We check the videos about his tipping his pitch, but I think those guys know everything. I blame the pitching coaches and the
That they didn't
managers
speak
play
up.
against them. Because why? Because they let it happen. You know what? They spend more time reading a stupid thing than watching the game.
That's because, and that's funny because there was teams that knew what was coming and they prepared for it, and then they couldn't do it again.
And you
The
can be like,
Nationals.
much respect to the Blue Jays.
The Nationals. Blue Jays said we don't care.
The Blue Jays said, oh, we know what they're doing, but we don't care.
At any point,
We're
do we
going to lose anyways.
At any point, do we give respect to the Houston guys for being so good to be able to handle that system and actually make it effective? Like, you imagine doing that whole system and losing? Because if you look at some of the games, they're down in the games.
Yeah.
But you imagine actually, like, you still have to hit the ball.
Oh.
Like, the funny thing is with the whole Farquhar video and the Evan Gattis one, Evan Gattis swings at everything. 2, he doesn't even hit a ball hard the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's like the examples they're putting are bad. To me, the Clayton Kershaw thing is by far the
But
worst.
by far. But again, when Ozzy has a great point, and did these coaches know what was happening and were scared to come out and say, "Hey, this is what's happening"?
It's your job.
Yes, no,
because now in baseball,
No.
everyone is so concerned about keeping your job. You don't want to ruffle any feathers. That's why, you know what that means? You don't want to get anybody in trouble. You don't want to get canned the next day and get fired. So if you come out and say, these guys are cheating, blah, blah, they're going to be like, hey, put a muzzle on it. You're not the mayor.
Doesn't that also tell you that other teams are cheating?
Well,
If you say, I say, because there was a funny thing. If you look at the Trevor Bauer thing on HBO, he talks about cheating. He vividly on camera is at driveline throwing with pine tar, adding a little bit more, taking off a little bit, measuring how much pine tar, and he's telling the cameras this. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, as a baseball player, he's like,
You've been doing
and he says it. He goes, I'm gonna get shit for it anyways, but he goes, everybody cheats. He goes, 75% of people.
Speaking of
So,
that,
like-
our good friend Lou Manny Rosario is asking, guys like JD Martinez are complaining that he uses the monitors and he doesn't want to take it away. How did guys like Boggs, Edgar, and Tony Gwynn do it? Well, I've lived it personally. I would go down, and Frank Thomas would use the monitor religiously. But they're looking at their swing. Where's my feet? Where about? They're not relaying signs. The monitor has been around. Monitors have been around always.
Since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of TV.
Since the beginning of TV. What is new is, I remember he used to tell us all the time, hey, go look at that play, or was he really safe, or was he really out? That's been fine. What's going on now is that's never been used, is that they're relaying signs in real time. So we're going to find out what's going to happen. We already know what's going to happen with Houston. We're going to find out what's going to happen with Boston. And I know
it's only two. Oh, it's only two people.
Well, it wasn't get caught. I mean, if you cheat, don't get caught.
Wait a minute. Do you see the numbers of Yankee Stadium? Players like, what's the third base from Colombia? Those guys.
Urshela.
Why I have a theory with him.
Oh my God.
No, not even him. Since when? I remember Didi Gregorius when he was with Arizona. Very slap hitter. Very.
Well, he's got a pop now.
Not a pop. This guy's turning on balls 3-1, 0-2 pitches on his chest. Urshela too. Remember Urshela in Cleveland? He couldn't hit anything. Luke Voit, Jose Martinez was with Tampa now. Good friend of ours. Shout out to him. He pretty much outplayed Luke Voit. All of a sudden, Luke Voit gets traded, goes to the Yankees. This guy's hitting balls dead center.
Well, it's like with PEDs. Now I watch baseball legitly with like radars of like.
But I have a question. Doesn't that make you feel? I mean, I know that my dad he's biased to certain things. Doesn't that make you feel and more proud of you played in 3 decades? Doesn't what's going on right now? Doesn't that make you feel more proud of A, how you play the game, and B, how your contemporaries played the game?
Well, it's a funny thing because every time I say old school, I don't say old school. No, and one thing we think about it. Win the game. We know talk about who's pitching, who's do this. Hey, let me see the video. Or hey, who's pitching? What's the best pitch you have? So maybe that's the reason we have better players then. Look at the Hall of Famers out right now, and check the Hall of Famers next 10 years to see the difference between those great players to got good numbers.
And I feel like that's why people always talk about the 80s and 90s and the 2000s.
But Pantera will be better than Ricky.
Yeah, you'd hope and pray.
Every time I say that, he wants to punch
tweet
someone.
about somebody going, he can be like Ricky Henderson. I was like,
that's what fans feel like. And now those are the fans out there right now.
That's called being the prisoner of the moment.
Oh my God.
And that's easy. Here in Chicago, I remember.
Hi, Alex Doza.
Bacon. Gordon Bacon. Gordon Bacon come
next Derek Jeter.
I'm going to be the next. Mo Maggia says you guys need to do a live show from a cigar lounge.
This guy doesn't smoke.
Do not tempt these guys. They will light up right here on the air.
I will do that in a hurry.
We don't smoke.
Anyway, and these kids say I will be the Derek Jeter of the Chicago White Sox. They come to me and they to see what I say.
First you got to win. So you can't be with the
first of all, I say, first of all, how about Gordon Bacon? We take Gordon Bacon. Just be Ozzie Guillén. Oh, I got motor in Chicago. Oh,
they call me jealous.
And tossing. No, I play every day for 10 years, every day.
Well, 13 actually.
Okay, look at what Gordon Bacon doing now. I think
minor league.
I think his career.
Really good play with
Padres. I think his career got a little longer. I never going to play that long. He did play longer.
Oh, he could play long, but it's not what you expected from a first round pick.
How you going to say that? How you go? I want to be the Derek Jeter of the White Sox. And I go, oh my God.
Well, first of all, that's hard to say because number one, the White Sox
believe that.
Not only that though, Derek Jeter went to playoffs and World Series. That's not the White Sox culture.
Right now.
That's not the culture of the team.
But that's why those guys fail because now I'm doing TV for the White Sox. I say, hey man, let those guys play. All of a sudden, Jimenez going to hit 90 home runs. He got the potential? Yes.
Well, projections.
But one thing is projection, another thing is be ignorant.
No, correct. Those comments, and that's the part that concerns me because these are the same people that are like, make the game faster, put electronic umps. And it's like, when they're like, you should listen to the fan. I'm like, what fan?
I was thinking about it, how they're getting
Jimmy that said, Pantera's better than Ricky Henderson.
No, look, I have a whole thing with...
Play 7 innings?
If you want to make the game faster, look.
Play 7 innings.
We manage. You've met Browns, PlayStation, anybody's always managed. We want to make the game faster. If I have already one pitcher's meeting, why do I have to go out there the second time? Why do I have to walk, wait for the guy? I already know he's going to come out. Be like from the dugout, hey, umpire, bring the pitcher. Why? Bring righty or lefty? Why? That's saving like
It seems a lot more simple.
Minutes.
Joe Mauer could never play in this era. You guys remember Joe Mauer? He'd go up to the pitcher 30 times in a game.
How about Freddy Garcia?
Yeah, or the human rain delay.
No, Kurt Suzuki's the worst of all time.
So these are little rules that.
I'm worried though when fans are like, listen to the fans, and then I see these comments on Twitter and on social media by guys that have a lot of followers. I'm like, this is concerning. Like, do you really like? I literally want to host a history of baseball. Like legitly, like this is what a good player looks like.
That's why I have a lot of respect for at least the fans that we have on this show. That you have to have some kind of knowledge behind what you're saying.
Ricky Henderson, people,
You're right.
People was paying to watch. Ricky
he
Henderson,
leads the history of baseball and runs scored.
He was my favorite player.
Hey, we have Cesar Manuel says congratulations to Ozzy in his first season at Columbia.
Thank you.
And not the college, the country. Yes, it was a great year for Osnay. But like I said, he's Cesar's a good friend of the show. The people that do comment on our show and that we do talk about, they're very knowledgeable. They root for their team, but they do it with realistic expectations.
That's one thing I like about your show, because I'm obviously a fan. It's my first time on it. Is that every time you guys talk about something, there's always substance behind it. I think a lot of times, like, not rip on MLB Network or anything. There's a show and there's just a guy like the one with the guy screaming. He just says stuff.
Mad Dog Russo.
If you want to go, I like him too. I like him too. He's so opinion based. So pretty much if he doesn't like a player,
okay,
are you kidding me?
Dave Samson. Dave Samson, is you out there?
I love Dave's show.
My God.
Nothing personal, Dave. That's his show.
No, Dave's all right.
That's his name of the show.
Samson is Samson. But your show, he got me watching you stuff every day.
His show's name is Nothing Personal.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You know what I would do right now? I'm gonna be honest with you. If I could go back in time, and we go back in Marlins time, even in 03, right when we won the championship, I should have stayed in Miami and been like, David, I want to be your assistant for free.
Just to watch him.
Just to watch him and operate and the business side of things. The guy's he knows his stuff.
Yeah. MLB's worst nightmare.
MLB's worst nightmare, but he knows his stuff and he's very honest. And the perspective that
I want to say, that's how it works. Okay,
that's how it works. You say what you really want to say.
But there should be some GMs, not like some GMs that should watch that show, because what he says is the truth.
No, but it is
and
the
that's
truth.
the best part, because people that
but that's what I mean though.
But
that's what I'm saying though. That's something that the game is changing, because everyone's being so more open, and then reality is coming out of this is what's happening. Like everyone's being naive of like, no, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
this is how the game is being handled.
They did things that he has great things to say, and they're also the franchise they gave Giancarlo Stanton $300 million and ruined the market. And Stanton again, great guy.
By the way, why does that going on Marlins being a genius
going on the DL?
Yeah.
The Yankees did not.
That, by the way,
the Yankees did not want that. This guy's never healthy.
He said that. We always said that he can never play the outfield. He's always gonna get hurt.
This guy. Look at everybody else that makes that kind of money. He is not even close to Arenado, Rendon, Mike Trout.
So how important is marketing nowadays?
It's huge. They basically
Acuna, and Acuna's not even close.
They basically grabbed this guy. They paid him that, and then he's like, he's a big guy. They marketed him. He's there with The Rock. This guy is nowhere, and I love him. This guy is nowhere near that.
I will give him props for winning the MVP after getting that contract.
Paid him $300 million. He's like the best, and they got the Yankees owe him X amount of money.
I think it's just a health thing for him. If he stays healthy, he'll play well.
But he's just too big. He's too big. He always was getting nicked. Him playing 120 games would be like a huge deal.
But you know what? Besides, too big.
You have to protect him.
He's too. You don't have no fat.
Yeah, he's just like
you don't have no fat in his body.
Well, if you want to get fat. I'm the best in the
I never get hurt. People got fat and never get hurt. Look at the people.
Yeah,
you know what?
That is true.
Yeah,
that
people.
Is true.
That's why I worry about Moncada.
Look at Bartolo.
Look at Moncada.
Right.
Moncada.
So,
look at
I'm scared of Louis Roberts in the beginning of the year.
Okay, so even if you see those guys,
year.
like that should be a real goal. Instead of being like, I'm going to hit 50 home runs, I'm going to be like, say, I want to play 158 games. I want to play 162 games. Because if you have the talent, that's going to take care of itself.
That's one thing I was thinking about Nick Castellanos. You got to give that kid credit, man. That kid,
he's always on the field.
And you know what? He doesn't even lift weights. He does this whole movement, like it's all movement. And you
see
it works for him. Even a guy like a good friend of mine,
Bartolo's right now in Mexico.
Francisco
I'm going to see him
like,
Monday. Bartolo.
He's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I said, just stay
healthy.
healthy.
That's what he's doing. He's doing the same thing.
Just stay healthy.
So you're going to Mexico next week. So you'll be connecting with from us from Moncloa.
Wait, you're going to see Bartolo?
Bartolito.
Davis and Bruce Maxwell.
Bruce Maxwell and Carter.
Raja Davis.
We have a pretty good ball club.
You guys probably beat the Orioles. You guys will beat the Orioles. You guys will beat the
They
Mariners.
don't have trash cans in Mexico.
You guys would beat there's a couple.
No, don't worry about it. When I go to Mexico, I will talk to Melendez. Say, hey, I got a good idea.
Let's trash can it.
They do this. Not trash can. It's a lot of way to do it.
Obviously, you guys are a little older than I am. I was going through like rosters a couple days ago. I was bored. Stuff like Guillén family does. I was going through rosters with people and stuff. Actually, to get orange gear for the Browns because I'm gonna play with you guys.
Oh gosh.
I hope to God. I want to tonight later. We're gonna put the roster for the Baltimore Orioles, and I want you guys to name me one guy that you know. I know them because I'm younger.
Trey Mancini.
Okay, besides Trumbo, Trey Mancini, and Chris Davis.
Mancini's a fighter,
and you can't name any Venezuelan guy.
And the manager's Hyde.
He's good.
The guy for the Cubs. Hey, trust me, I lived the Orioles. Jose Garcia, Ozzy's going to see Bartolo in Mexico because he's like an accessory to the team. So Bartolo's out there.
The good thing about Bartolo,
but do you like your title?
He paid the beer.
But wait.
He paid beers. I love it.
By the way, do you like your title that you're a
how do you call that? Consultant
or assistant to the general manager?
I just say, oh,
how many titles?
You know, by the way. When we went,
you have two world. You have two Mexican rings.
Yeah. Oh, VR.
Hey, by the way,
that's not there anymore. He's in the Marlins.
You have
Marlins, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly my point.
You have to see the ring. And Monclova is going to give it to the players. No, they sent it to me.
We want you to bring it on the show.
I will.
Bartolo is
big. By the way, trust me, when you get your American League 2019, we would definitely want to see it.
Bartolo is big, sexy, much respect. The guy pitched till he's like 45.
The only thing about that is the jokes. I'm not ready for the jokes with the whole Houston Astro ring thing. I'm not ready for the jokes.
I don't care. You wear it all the time. I love that. By the way, I'm playing with Houston all the time. I'm on the show and whooping on everybody.
Talking about Baltimore, if people want to see if the Houston Astros whole system
try
works,
it in Baltimore.
They that's what it is. They have
try
all their guys.
See, now that would
GM
make
and all that, and now their minor league system. So I'm curious to see if
that
their
would
thing works. If their minor league guys get good, then it works.
See, I like Ozzy's idea. That would make the game fun. Let's give the Orioles more
or the Mariners.
Or the Mariners. Oh, no, they're decent. The Orioles
are pretty good.
One team gets to use the trash can for the whole year. So let's see if it really works. That makes it exciting. If you want to run with it. Say, hey, we're gonna bang, but everyone knows you're doing it. How good can you be? And they still get beat.
Pressure that must be.
Yeah, because now you know, like, hey, you know what's coming.
If at least a fastball coming on the other side of the field, I'm swinging at it.
At least the Astros won the World Series. These guys like, I lost 100 games. I knew it was coming. Oh my God.
Talk about Baltimore. When I was in Baltimore, they have Alomar. But the guy was known Joe
Cal Ripken, Brady Anderson,
Harold. Then we know exactly. We're sitting on the bench, and
what was coming.
We can see
he was tipping
the pictures.
Guys,
and I told the guys, hey, look, he's doing this, he's doing that. Roberto Alomar doing this and doing that. All of a sudden, we lose every game. Then I told Carl, Carl, you want to know what's coming? I got everything. I go, no, I don't hit like that. There's a reason you hit 220 is a lifetime hitter. You gotta tell me if I know the pitching is coming.
See, but I know both sides of that. One time I did that too.
No, because he would.
But I was like, oh, it's a fastball coming. I got so big, they broke my bat.
Well, but
that's why I still give credit to these guys.
Jose Valdez, is that your White Sox championship ring, Ozzy? Yeah, he doesn't wear it very often, but he's wearing Kobe.
Let me tell you, take to Kobe Bryant and sadness, what happened to him. When I see that very bad news, he hit everybody. I never used my rings ever. Then after that happened, I told my kids, you know what? From now on, I'm going to start wearing my ring everywhere I go and show it. And also, obviously, I got a lot of friends with Houston. After that happened with Houston, I said, I'm more proud to wear this thing and then have it on. And then,
I'd wear all your rings. I'd wear all the rings, single A, double A, triple A. I'd be like, Liberace in my hands.
So one of our fans is saying, which Guillén has the best beard? I knew I had to bring it up. I don't know, because I would say, first of all,
he gotta be you. You know why? Because you go every week.
But my beard is weak because this is like 2 years of growing. This is like 2 years of growing, so I can't shave because it won't go back. I would go with Ozzy because his beard. He can do the most. He can literally. He can grow a beard. He can grow a beard for fun. Ozzy had the little love handles. Even Adela, I've noticed she's got a little hair here.
No, wait a minute.
Ozzy has the best beard.
Ozzy got hair everywhere besides what he needed.
So guys, thank you so much for today. Covered a lot of topics. Being Guillén, Ozzy, thank you for joining us. Hopefully make it more common now that you're here in Chicago.
Oh my God! Now,
and then you're gonna be in Mexico.
Now I gotta pay another lunch.
That's why I'm here.
And everybody, keep tuning in. Hopefully the Red Sox stuff breaks, and it's gonna be a good offseason and go fast.
Vida Baseball, Being Guillén, stay tuned. Twitter, social media, Facebook, stay tuned. We will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.